this is How to Manage the Impossible College Edition. So to begin, we're going to start with a little introductory activity. And on these name tags, I want you to write your name and something you have trouble either managing or remembering. Maybe you forget it often. And we're just going to write those down.
Do you have any pens?
Yes. Give Sharpies to all of y'all.
Thank you.
And then whenever you've wrote, your name and the activity, you can stick it up on the flip chart up there, and we'll kind of go through those.
Okay. So something we need to keep track of.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You just want us to put it up here?
Yes, please. And I'm doing this too, so.
I'm having some trouble.
Here, you got it? There you go. Okay, awesome. So we'll just kind of walk through these. April, you said work meetings. Ben said submitting assignments. AJ said kids sports activities. Nicholas said doing homework. Linda said paying bills. And I said online class assignments. So all of these things, all of these stressors can be fixed or helped with time management and organizational skills. And we're going to go through those and learn about some of those tools today. So before we get started, a little bit about me. Hi, my name is Logan Ruffett. I am a student athlete at UNT. Like most of you, I have a very busy and hectic schedule with practices and classes and just mandatory study hall, different organizations. And organization is really a passion of mine. I really enjoy planning. And I would not have been able to maintain good grades and healthy relationships or adjusted to early adulthood without the time managing and organizational skills I've acquired just over time. And I'm gonna share those with you today. So first, let's brainstorm a little bit. Let me tear this down. What are some common tools available for planning or organizing? So does anybody have any ideas? Yes.
Just like a planner, like a daily planner.
Perfect. Planner. Okay. Another one?
Post-its.
Post-its. Good.
Applications like Microsoft Outlook.
Yes.
Calendar.
Apps. Good.
Whiteboard.
Whiteboard. These are all perfect. And I like to use like a big calendar, so I'm gonna put that up there. So we've got planner, post-its, apps, whiteboard, and calendar. We're gonna go through most of these tools today. These are also all great, and you can use these in unison. So you can use, obviously a planner and post-its. That's what I do. I also use a whiteboard. I have apps. So all of these can be used kind of together. So let's get on it. So to me, time management can really be divided into three main areas for a college student or new adult. And that's organizing via a planner or a calendar and color coding. So that's school, day-to-day responsibilities, and your social life. So for school, first thing you're going to want to do, or the first thing I like to do when I get my syllabus, is write down all of the due dates on like a big calendar, like one of those that you can tack on the wall. And that helps me kind of get a big picture of that month and determine which weeks I'm going to have like a lot going on, a lot of homework, stuff like that. And then the next thing you're going to do is prioritize your courses and divvy up the time needed for each course. So that's determining class difficulty. Some classes are obviously going to count more towards your major. They're going to be more difficult than others. Identify those strengths and weaknesses by subject. So that's, I'm better at math and I need to work more on English and writing papers. So I kind of have to focus on that. And that goes into dedicating more time to your weaker areas. So I have to dedicate more time to writing papers, whereas math, I need a little bit less time for that. The next one is planning out your weekly homework schedule. So you want to quantify your homework load and figure out, how much homework am I going to have this week. That can help you identify the time needed for each assignment. So, just a math worksheet is not going to take as much time as a 5-page paper. And then planning according to your busy or easy days. And by that I mean, some days you're going to go to class 3 times a day, and other days it might be once. So for the days you go 3 times, you're not going to want to write your paper on that day. You might just kind of lessen the load for you. And these are just some examples of different handouts or printables that you can use. A class schedule, this is like a daily one that you could use, and you could use both of them together. Or a weekly assignments and just writing out, this would be like planning out your weekly homework schedule and just checking them off as you go. So has anybody ever used these before?
Yes, I have, and you can add those, I get them and hole punch them into my planner.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, of
good.
course.
Okay.
Do y'all have a preference, daily or weekly schedule, or both,
I actually prefer both. The week is more of a broad picture than by day, and you can add like to-do lists and stuff like that.
Yes, I like to do both too. I typically have a weekly schedule that I plan out at the beginning of the week, and then each night I'll go through and make my daily schedule for that day and get a little bit more detailed. Next, we have identify your most effective study habits. So everyone knows we all study differently. That is studying in groups versus studying alone. How can you focus better? The atmosphere. Some people like to study in coffee shops, have a little bit of background noise. Other people like to study at home, at their desks. They need to be more secluded. And then the time of day. Do you study better at night, late at night, or would you rather wake up early in the morning? So it's really just figuring out where you can focus best and what's going to help you be most successful in the classroom. The next area for time managing is day-to-day responsibilities. So the first thing I like to do is I like to make a list of all of my non-school related or other responsibilities. Like that's you're buying groceries, doing your laundry, paying bills, taking out the trash, cleaning. Those are all the different things that's not school related. Then I like to determine how to best complete the items on that list. So that's the frequency. Do you have to do it once a week, or is it something you need to do every few days? So that's taking out the trash. You probably have to do that every few days. Some people do laundry once a week. Other people need to do it every few days. I play soccer. I have to do my laundry pretty frequently. And then the time needed. So going to the grocery store is going to take longer than taking out the trash. And just figuring out how much time and how often you need to complete these tasks. Then you have adding items from that list to be completed in your planner or calendar. So a good way to do that is like color-coded stickers like these. This is some bill due stickers. So I like to use different colors for different activities. So I'll have one color and sticker for grocery shopping, another one for taking out the trash. And if I stick those on my planner, it's something small, it doesn't take up a lot of space, but it kind of pops out at the page at me. So I make sure and remember I don't forget that. There's also different apps that you can use to keep track of those things. I use Wonderlist, which is this app, that's what it looks like, to keep track of my groceries. So as soon as I run out of something, I just add it to my list. And I can check it off as I go. The third area is your social life. So this is very important, and it's easy to overlook your social life as being, so important in college, but it is. One of the things you want to do is to join clubs or organizations in your local community or college. Get involved, identify what benefits your major / career. So I'm in a pre-PA club because I'm like pre-med, and so that's kind of something where I can mesh with people who also have the same interests as me. And also just finding where you fit in. Next thing is to take time for yourself, and this is really important. It's very important to de-stress and relax. Doing this can help you be successful in school. You have to take that time to just decompress, have me time, self-care, do what makes you happy. That could be taking a bubble bath, binge watching Netflix, playing video games, taking a nap, like whatever it is. It's just your time. And then the last one is scheduling in time to relax and have fun with your friends. So, set aside time each week, write it in your planner, go see a movie with so-and-so and keep up those relationships. It's critical, just like, me time, just like any of this, to be successful in other areas of your life, to have time where you're just having fun, and this helps manage your stress. So let's practice. One of these. A little scenario here. Okay, so I've got it's Sunday evening, and you're starting to plan out your busy schedule for the week. On Tuesday, you have an exam in history. On Tuesday is also one of your toughest classes, calculus, and you've got a difficult homework assignment due. Thursday, your friends want to see a movie you've been dying to see, and Friday, you have a paper due in English. You also need to get groceries and do your laundry. So how can we plan for this week so we can really try and fit all of this in? So let's start with Tuesday, history, exam, calc, assignment, Thursday movies. Okay, so those are the things we know for sure need to get done. So when can we plan?
Is Friday is there a paper due?
Right. So I think that they need to definitely study for their history exam tonight, Sunday night, and Monday. I think
Right.
that's something they need to do both days. So let's say study and study. Okay, then you got your calc assignment. Now, what do y'all think as far as when can we work on that? Obviously, it's got to be either Sunday or Monday. Monday? Okay, let's do that.
And assuming that the calc assignment maybe is due later in the day, Tuesday,
You could
you
do
could finish it up, but at least
Right.
on Monday,
Okay.
you're taking a look at it.
Let's also do a little arrow. We can do it that morning. And so Wednesday, we've got this paper
Yeah.
due too.
You've gotta work on that paper for the movies on Thursday, right?
Right. And we also have Tuesday night because
That's
this is
true.
during the day.
Okay.
So we could do paper here and paper here. And then you can go see the movies with your friends, and then maybe that night you just kind of revise the paper, put on some
Right.
finishing touches.
What about groceries and stuff?
Nope.
Wednesday looks good.
Wednesday? Okay, let's do that. We can do
I think,
groceries.
can we throw in some laundry while we're studying for calculus or?
Yeah, sure. We also have Saturday wide open.
Oh, yeah,
Want to do laundry here?
yeah, that's
And
good.
and that's a good point that April made, that you could, if you have gotta do laundry more than once a week, you can do it while you're studying
Right.
or working on the paper.
So we can do another one right here if we have to do it multiple times. Okay, that
Mhm.
looks pretty good. That's awesome. Okay, so there are other ways to stay organized. Everyone plans differently. We can obviously mesh things together. I use a little bit of everything. So there's writing to-do lists, post-it notes. I'm a big believer in post-it notes, whiteboard, calendar. Some people like to use a whiteboard and stick post-it notes on the whiteboard and just take them off as they're done, or mobile apps. So there's lots of other different ways. So let's go ahead and summarize what we've learned. So one area for time managing or organizing is school. Does anybody have one way that we can be organized with school?
Well, just like a calendar?
A calendar,
Like
yes.
a large calendar?
Yeah, making a calendar with, that helps create a big picture. That way you can kind of divvy up the time needed for each assignment, your courses, making a weekly homework schedule, and then identifying the study habits. Next is responsibilities, day-to-day responsibilities. So does anybody have any ideas for that?
Maybe just taking out the trash.
Yeah, perfect. Taking out the trash, making a list, determining how to do those, using stickers in your planner to symbolize those. And then finally, social life, making sure we have a good balance of school and social. So one of those ways is clubs, having me time to relax, like this girl, and having friends, time with friends to kind of de-stress. So that's good. Does anybody have any questions?
When you, on like your calendar that we talked about, and you said that you use color coding a lot, do you use different color post-it notes? Like does pink mean test, or do you?
Yes,
is
I
that-
do. I typically color code according to the course. So if, microbiology will all be one color. So I can know, like microbiology is one of my harder classes, so that color, whenever I see it on my calendar, I know, okay, oh, this is a big week, I got a lot of that stuff due. So that's a great question. Any other questions? No? Perfect. Well, thank y'all so much for attending. I hope you enjoyed it and you go home with some new planning and organizing techniques. I'm gonna pass these out. These are just some handouts to flip through, different little printables and things. And if y'all would just take a quick second, the very last page is a audience critique for me. If y'all could just fill that out, I can hand you some pens and rip that off and just leave that by the door. I would love that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, good job.
Okay, you can stop it, Kevin.